Well, it's good to see you, Jack. Well, good to see you too, Xena. Tell me, why does Autolycus not like me? Huh. Well, let's see, Jack. Autolycus is the king of thieves. And in his mind, he believes that no need if thievery is done on land, sea, or sky, he sees himself as the greatest one ever did it. So then you come along, stealing, and he thinks you're stepping on his thunder. Well, I never stepped on Autolycus's thunder, Xena. And the grounds of why I'm a sea thief is that I was standing up to Fronism in the 4-1 kingdom at the time. You see, I lived in Jamaica or Jamaikish land and Port Royal at the time, and I was standing up against Fronism. So, yeah, and I get it. You became a sea thief because you thought that was the only way that you could stop Fronism from happening or to make it unlawful, which I don't see how you being a sea thief would undo any of that. Yeah, and they were all against me. I had, and yeah, a lot of folks would say, Jack, two wrongs don't make a right. You were against Fronism and now you became a sea thief. So how does that undo Fronism? Well, Jack, it's kind of Fronism is sinful and unlawful, and so is thievery. Now, being your friend does not mean I overlook you being a sea thief, just like I do, only like I do not overlook Autolycus for being a thief. Well, why do you think that Autolycus, the king of thieves, does not like me, Xena? Well, like I told you, Jack, it has something to do with him being the king of thieves. He sees himself as the greatest thief that there ever was. So if someone else comes along and starts stealing the same way he stole, he might think someone's stepping over his boundaries or his or her boundaries. Well, do you think I should have a talk with Autolycus and we could work out some kind of deal? Yeah, you and Autolycus have a talk. I don't want to have getting, I want to get, and I want to be the middle woman between you two because you two seem to think that stealing is the only way you think that stealing is cool. Well, it's not. Stealing is sinful and unlawful. And I wish that Autolycus and you, Jack, would stop doing it. All right? I know you got your forgivenesses. Oh, I was against Fronism, which is all good and though, because Fronism itself is sinful and unlawful. But being a sea thief does not make it right for you to be a sea thief because you were against Fronism. Or Autolycus, whose older brother was slain, and then he stole everything from the man who slain his brother, and him going around and stealing things to this day doesn't make it right either. Well, Xena, that's kind of hard for you to doom me. I mean, you were a warlord. You were a fear striker once. Yes, I was a warlord and a fear striker, Jack. I was guilty of many sins and many misdeeds as well. All right? I stole, I slaned, I overtook lands, I started wars. Yes, I was guilty of all of those things. Hell, I was even a sea thief for a little while myself, sadly. I took in a young Julius Caesar who wasn't even well known yet. All right? He was still the first vicar of Rome's Kaiser, the Rome's Folkreich. He told me that no one would believe that I even had him unless I raised how much gold that they would have to yield to get him back. So I give him back. Everything's happy. He shows up again and puts all my folks in a lockup and puts me to a round. Well, wasn't that when you chose to become a warlord and a fear striker? Jack, I was really doing it to keep my land well from outsiders. You see, but I was guilty of becoming what I was against. I was guilty of choosing to not feel anymore, to not be kind anymore. And I started to become like the warlords, the fear strikers, and the sea thieves that I was warring against to keep my homeland well from those warlords, fear strikers, or sea thieves. Yeah. Well, Xena, I just want to say thank you for having this talk with me, and hopefully me and Autolycus can work out some kind of a deal. Well, Jack, I wish you and Autolycus would be friends, and I wish you would both give up thievery, because as I tell you, stealing is sinful and unlawful, and if someone steals, it makes them a sinner, and it also makes them an outlaw as well. So I wish you would give up that sinful and unlawful deed.